All right, I'm going to zoom into Facebook. Andrea, will you watch the team page for comments if anyone has questions during this, please?
You got it.
Thank you. Okay, sharing to the group. I haven't had to zoom in for a while, so I feel like I'm starting from scratch. Okay, healthy living. Go live. Okay. 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 Okay, I think all the screens are closed so it won't echo. All right. Welcome everybody to our call tonight, Why Plexus Call. I am Marla Stegman. If you haven't met me, I am kind of a Plexus veteran. I've been with Plexus for almost 9 years. And I started Plexus skeptically and didn't know what gut health really was, and discovered I felt better than I ever had in my life. And I had to learn what this was about. And I kept taking it and became passionate about sharing about it and educating and offering it to friends and family. And it's grown into thousands and thousands of people loving the products. So it's been a true blessing. Thank you all for being on. We have a guest on tonight as well, who's going to share his testimony. And I've known Chris for quite a while, so it's pretty cool to have friends join and you hear how it's changed their life. So getting back to, I want to talk a little bit about Shake the Sugar. If you are in Shake the Sugar challenge right now, put in the comments what you're liking, how, if you did the reset, also if you had any good results. So we can, I won't say your name, but we'll just kind of share some of that because no one else will be able to see the chat except us on here, unless you look. But I was very pleased because we just got back from a cruise. A bunch of us earned a cruise. I'm a former elementary teacher, so I was used to working hard and not getting incentives like we get with this job. So when you share your story and share your link, it can grow into a business, which is what happened with a lot of us. And they send you on trips, which is such a blessing. So there were 6 of us that earned a trip to on a cruise, and I'd never been on a cruise before. And it was amazing. The culture with Plexus is amazing. It's a debt-free company. Plexus does a lot of philanthropy also that aligns with my core values. And the more you learn about our leaders in this company, you just learn to love the company more. All of our products are sourced also in the United States. We have when you say yes to Plexus and you're a VIP customer, you have a referral link, and you might accidentally tell a friend about the products without even realize, or they'll see you drinking the pink drink and ask, what's that? And you can share a referral link and earn cash, and then reach out to help your friend that helped you, and they can help customize something for them and help you with that. So from when that starts, you just grow into a business. It really isn't hard. It's not easy, but it can be simple. So if you're wanting to share your story ever, just reach out to your friend who got you started, and we'll talk you through it and help you through it. And we can do parties for you and all those things. And that's why we love to do events like this. And we love to do challenges that keep us healthy. That's our goal. We all started to get healthier. So anyway, I didn't think they'd be sending me on trips like the cruise. So anyway, on the cruise, we ate a lot and we had, lots of drinks. And so when I got back, I was ready for the reset. So day one, I weighed in at a weight I was not proud of. And I could not believe that I lost 4.2 pounds after day one. I ended up losing just a little over 5 pounds, so it wasn't a lot. I thought it would keep going like that, but it dropped. So it just shows that I had a lot of inflammation the first day. So our nutritional cleanse, our reset, if you haven't tried it, it's 3 days and you have 68 grams of protein a day. So it's not like a starvation and water weight that you lose. It's actual fat loss. So anyway, I wanted to see in here in the chat how many shared. Oh, yeah, please mute yourselves. Someone asked if we could mute people. If you're not muted. Let's see. Marsha lost 5 pounds. All right, Marsha. Now, in 3 days, you guys, doesn't that just blow your mind that you can do that and you're not even really hungry? I mean, we all can probably lose weight when we're sick with the flu, stomach flu. That's no fun. But reset can be a tool for you, for us to use, every month or whatever you want it to be, or after a trip like what we had. Nina. Oh, Nina, you lost 6 pounds. Isn't that just, and it just empowers you to just want to do better, right? And on day 4, I'm never starving either. Like I don't know how you guys feel, but if you want to put in the comments what you were craving on day 4, because I crave protein on day 4. Love the support of others who are also dropping the sugar habit. Yes, Lori. I had a friend who couldn't attend but wants to see this. Okay, as a replay privately, sure. Just I will share the recording, and we always put it in our guides. Lori, who mentioned Nina, in the guides in healthy living here, or just ask me and I can get it to you. Leah says, I always want a big egg breakfast after day 4. Yeah. And when our body's craving protein, that's what we want to start our day with, right? That's, we don't want to start our day with carbs and sugars. So it's all good. Darlene, reset was a great jump start for me. Gave you new incentive. Lost 6.7 pounds. Yeah. And we can gain back 1 or 2 pounds the first day, but just dropping that much, you're able to keep some off and keep going. So awesome. So the Shake the Sugar, we have 1 week left. Hopefully that's going well too. And you'll notice as you eliminate sugar, you won't be as tempted to eat it. Your body won't crave it because Candida thrives on sugar and it grows when we feed it sugar. Sugar used to be one of I was addicted to sugar when I think back, but when I got my gut healthy, I just eat totally different now. I'm 60 years old and we just don't eat the same. And I credit it to being on these products and getting my gut healthy and getting, my blood sugar balanced with the products every day, which also helps. So it's been such a blessing. So anyway, I'm going to get over to Chris, I think next, and then we'll share about the cherry lime balance last. So Chris Eckert and I go back quite a ways. His wife and I actually taught together. And then he and I were in a master's, some classes one summer. It was for our master's degrees, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. We got a free iPad out of the deal. That's what I remember.
That's right. We did, didn't we? Back in the teaching days. Yes. And Chris has, I think, kind of an emotional journey because health is very important to him. And I don't know how much he's going to share about it, but he was started on the products. He stopped a while and then he came back because he felt that he needed them. So Chris, if you just want to take it away. And
I can, yeah, thank you I always listen to you guys' stories and it's amazing the things that you have and have came through, and that's kind of fun. And that is pretty emotional to hear all those stories. So kudos to every one of you who shared, and those of you who aren't, you should share. I was kind of nervous when I was thinking of what I should do. Now I should do it, but once you're talking, it's just it's like I'm teaching again. But like Marla said, we've we've known each other for a while, and really you've been on it for like 9 years, you've said, and I think Lisa Tennis started Heidi on it uh, probably just a little bit after you. And then most of the time, as you know, your husbands eventually get onto this product too. And that's kind of what happened to me, is that she started me on it and just worried about my health and things of that. She was always looking out for me. But health wise, I've had some health issues. I had 2 brain tumors as I've gotten older, and those aren't related to this at all. But I do know what it's like to not feel well, and I don't want that to happen again. I think that by taking this, I've been healthier. I also, in my family, I have a high risk. We've had heart attacks, we have high blood pressure. All of this has really brought those fears in me down. So that's kind of a nice thing. So I started on Plexus probably, if you take into account that Heidi did 7 years ago, I probably started 6 by the time she actually got me to take some of the stuff. And she just started me on BioCleanse and probiotic. And I can say that's really what I take to this day. And I feel a lot better. When we were in Hillsboro, we could see the benefits of it. And we felt good. She's ran marathons. I'm not a big runner, but I'll run just to make sure I'm in shape and things like that. So we saw that. Then we moved. That was kind of a big change in our life. We moved to Jamestown to be closer to family, and I think Heidi was on it for a while, but I just stopped. I'm like, all of a sudden, it wasn't Plexus that was helping us out. It was just because we were doing things better. It wasn't the products that were helping us out at all. But then, we were off of them for 3 years, and we kind of talked as a couple about getting back on for a while, but it just never really happened. And then all of a sudden last Easter, Marla, when you were coming off of the airplane and we were getting onto the airplane, that we just happened to run into each other again, and we started talking more seriously about it, and you kind of said, hey, you could do this, you could benefit from it, you could make it part of a business. And that's kind of how I've taken it, is that I've started trying to help people with this as well. And that's kind of a nice thing. But we're both still in education, so it's not a full-time business. So kudos to you that are doing this full-time and benefiting from it. I'm seeing a little bit of benefits from it, which is really cool. Some of the things I've seen this is probably my 4th month of actually promoting the product. And I think I got an email the other day that said, this is how much I've made. And it's basically paid for my products. I'm a little bit short of my products. So that's kind of my goal right away then, was to just pay for my products and see benefits for everybody else. But I teach at the Ann Carlson Center in town, and with that, I kind of need to be on my game most of the time. You can't have those foggy days or those days where you really don't want to do anything. Because you never know how the students are going to act, or how, and it's not it's just issues that we have to deal with. But because I teach there, I do get there is some benefits in a lot of their programs that they have. I have to walk. Exercise is part of their routine. So there are a lot of days where I get 3 miles in of walking just with my students. It's so fun, such a benefit to be there. But I also because I need to be sharp, I need to be ready. That's where I've been taking the X Factor, things like that have just kind of kept my mind clear and allowed me to, as Heidi would say, your reactions are a little bit better because you never know when you're going to get something. But so that's helped me out, just because of where I'm teaching. And I love the fact that I'm there. Education right now is still part of me. So being able to switch fully over to being a person full-time, that's tough right now, but I'm trying to balance what I'm doing and getting things, to go into like I said, I can pay for my products. And then I think, Marley, you started that as well. That was one of the things you wanted to do, was just pay for your products. and then you saw the benefits of it. But I do take the probiotics. I take the bio cleanse. And the part about the probiotic that I like is I don't feel bloated anymore. I feel a lot of times where I like, it's just a normal day. And if I could have the worst eating day possible, I'll wake up the next morning and I'll feel really good. And, Marla said, well, if you have a bad eating day, just take another one. You can add, you don't have to always take the same. It's just be consistent with it. And that's kind of what we've been trying to do, is just be consistent with it. So I haven't seen the bloating. My bathroom has been good. The stools have been good. The X Factor has been good. I take the Slims. That's the only thing that is the tough thing, because I think I should probably be drinking 2 a day. Because I'll drink one right in the morning, and then by the afternoon, I'm like, ooh, I kind of get that craving, because it's the sugar that I'm addicted to. And that's another thing that I could say. Gas stations are not good for me. Filling up gas is not good, because what I want to do is I want to go in and buy a pop. I want to go in and buy a candy bar. And that's just something that's an addiction. And I really have to I feel proud of myself when I don't go in and buy a pop. So that's a tough thing to do. Which is kind of nice when I don't do it. So, I mean, we're always on the go. You can, if you do Facebook or anything where you see my stories, there hasn't been a week we have been home for all 7 days since maybe a year and a half, because we are always following soccer. I ref. We do a lot of traveling, so there's never days. So we're never consistently eating right either, which is another tough thing. And that's one of my issues, is the losing weight has been tough. It's not like we don't feel bad or look bad, but to actually drop the pounds has been a tough thing. And that's just because when you're going to Bismarck 4 times in a 10-day span, McDonald's looks really good. And and sometimes you just have to. Well, then you wake up and you have coffee, and that works. The other day we were in Sioux Falls for soccer, and I did get a Caribou coffee, and I just felt terrible by the mid-afternoon, because the sugar was my stomach was saying, nope, I don't want this. You shouldn't have eaten this or drank this. So it's little things like that. The products have helped, and they are working. I do feel better. I also take the sleep. The sleep product has been really good. My snoring hasn't improved, but I do take the sleep, and I do sleep better. As I start reffing again, as basketball comes, I'll start reffing again. And I know I'll take the hydrate and I'll take the active, just so I'm more aware of what's happening. And then in the mornings, I'll start taking the ease again. So it'll kind of keep my body refreshed on that. So those are things that I have. But we did come back to Plexus because we felt better with it. It was just something that we went a few years without it, and we weren't feeling as good as we should. We are more active when we're in it. We want to do more things. When now that it gets dark out, it's really tougher to do that. But we are more active and want to be more active on things. And truthfully, I see everybody's posts on Facebook and Instagram, and they're awesome. I should just share those, because I don't get to do those enough. But everybody at work knows Chris and his foof drinks, his pink drink that he drinks, and it's this foof thing. And they always ask about it, because I always walk every morning. I walk with my little water bottle, and it's the littlest water bottle imaginable, but it gets the most conversations that you can have. Well, what do you have in there? Why is it pink? I said, it's helping my gut. Do you want me to tell you more about it? I sure can. We can have a 10-minute conversation if you'd like. How about we do this? And we keep talking about it. And now in the last 2 weeks, I've had 4 people who have said, well, I want to know more about it. So my promotions have been subtle, and it's working. People want to know. So that's the gist. Like I said, my story is I know what it feels like to not be healthy. I don't want to feel that way again. And a lot of it, Plexus might not be able to help, but it sure can help the things that I can control. Most of my story is not controllable. I can't control what happens in my head, but I can sure control what happens throughout the rest of my body. So that's my story.
Well, thank you. I love how real you were on all of it because, you talk about the gas stations. I remember it used to be licorice for me and chocolate, and a Diet Coke. I was a Diet Coke too. And I do think part of it is behavioral. I mean, even if your gut is healthy and you're not really craving it, when you walk by it, the behavior can kick in more so. But now I can say I'm very empowered. It's been almost 9 years that I've been on the products, and gas stations don't intimidate me anymore. So Chris, give yourself time.
And it's being
great.
consistent. It's being consistent. And we do that. I take the probiotics every night. I take, the BioCleanse every morning, or every morning I take the BioCleanse. I do know that part of it is good, but I know it would be better if I would just maybe buy an electric car. I mean, that might be helpful. But then, the problem is that I'm going to go to these basketball games in ref. Well, what do they do after the game? You walk into the ref's room and they're going to have pizza and popcorn. And what I've thought I have to do is I have to just take the water that's there and then take the hydrate.
Bring your Plexus lean.
Yep. Oh, yep. That would be a good thing.
That's a good idea, Andrea.
Or you could make a bunch of protein balls for all your Plexus or for all your reffing friends and share them.
Yeah. I mean, those are all options. Everybody does it and everybody feels the same after the game. I know, like Heidi takes her Plexus consistently. My daughter, we started her on it. Grady will take some of the hydrate. He thought he could taste the electrolytes. But he just really didn't like the flavor. So we bought different flavors. So we have different options for that. We all do it in our family of some sort. We're all taking some parts of Plexus, and it's kind of been beneficial from my mother-in-law to my sister. Everybody's guts have felt better, and they felt better in the last 2 months, and that's because of what they're taking. I can't wait for another 90 days when they can go, boy, my fibromyalgia is really feeling much better because of that. But, they haven't taken it long enough for that to happen yet.
Right. Yeah. Chris is doing an amazing job with he's a good conversationalist and he's a people person, as you can tell. He is on his way to senior silver, right? So
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. And we'll have to get an update on Heidi and Addie, and because they have 4 kids. They're all only one. Huh?
We only have 3.
3. I would say 4. I don't know why 4. But they all were in athletics. The youngest is going to be a freshman this year.
Freshman.
And Heidi is dean of students they live in Jamestown. And it's just a blessing to have you share. I don't know if anyone has any questions for Chris, but thank you. And just imagine where you're going to be a year from now.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I mean, like I said, we felt a lot better. And it was just fate that we ran into you at that airport in Grand Forks that day. Why would we fly out of Grand Forks when we live in Jamestown and have Bismarck and Fargo right by us?
I know, because we kind of lost touch. We shared Christmas cards and stuff, but I always say God winks are always happening, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't think anyone had any questions. Thank you, Chris, so much.
Asked how old his daughter was. I don't know if that can be shared or not, but
I'm not going to tell you, but if you had a 25-cent coin in your pocket, you would be pretty close to her age.
What did I didn't hear what she said. Okay.
Oh. She's 25.
Your daughter, is she mean?
Yeah.
the one that started on the products that that's
Yep.
the one that started.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And she too, I just asked her today how she felt. And she, of course, she goes, I just am not consistent enough with them. I said, well, let's work on that. Let's get it so she just got back from Florida and she didn't take anything with her. I said, well, that's the first thing when you go someplace that you need to pack.
Yes.
That
That's-
needs to go in there with
yeah.
your toothbrush.
Traveling. Yeah,
So
definitely.
she was up to that, and you know, we were just gone for the weekend again, and that's the first thing that was in my kit was my pills.
Yeah. And I was gonna say your daughter too, didn't she coach cross country? Plus she works as a social worker in a nursing home. She's pretty busy.
Yeah, we're
And
always doing something.
But talking to her about that, just planning ahead. And if we don't take the products, they don't work. That's
right.
You know, that's the thing with these natural supplements. You do have to take them every day. And if you would have told me that 8.5 years ago that I'd still be taking them, I would say you're crazy, because I didn't understand supplementation, how we're healing our body as we take care of our body from the inside out. So what a blessing that you're here, and maybe we'll get Heidi on sometime to share her story too.
She would love to.
Yeah, I can see her doing that. So, all right. Thanks, Chris. All right. So are you dying to know more about the black cherry lime hunger control slim and the balance? You guys have heard a lot about probably the shots, the Ozempic, and I don't even know all the names of them. There are a lot of shots now for weight loss. They are specifically supposed to be for diabetics, obese diabetics, but a lot of people are able to get them cleared and take them. And I'm not going to go into all the things about that, because there is a podcast from Dr. Thomas Hemingway that he did on these, just talking about pros and cons and what it does after. And I will share that in the comments of this in our healthy living group. Okay. And I'll tag everyone so you guys can have access to that. I think it's just great to educate yourself about, what it is. And it isn't about lifestyle changes when you do things like that, which makes it difficult to sustain, So with our products, we are sustaining, creating new lifestyles, drinking our water every day, moving our body. We have our Pivotal to use for workouts. We have the nutrition recipes and weekly grocery lists in our Pivotal app. So we promote lifestyle changes along with taking our products and healing from the inside out. I didn't know what Candida was when I started Plexus. I don't know if anyone of you, were you in the same boat? Had you heard of Candida yeast before Plexus? Anyone? Say, probably not, right? Yeah. So I didn't know what that was. And I used to have fungus in my toe. I used to deal with migraines, headaches, low iron, constipation all my life. And I had the start of a hiatal hernia. I had acid reflux. I had a lot of IBS symptoms, bloating, a lot of burping, all the things. And I really just thought it's part of getting older. This is in our family. That's what I was told, my low iron, they couldn't never get a handle on. And so when I started the pink drink and the triplex, I was teaching fitness 5 to 7 times a week, teaching school full time. And I looked really healthy from the outside, but I struggled every day with energy. I craved sugar. Like in the teacher's lounge, I was always in there looking to see who brought cookies, who brought candy. We had a candy drawer that I created that I would visit for Snickers or whatever. I think back and think, I wonder how many grams of sugar I had a day, but I was so addicted. And once I got on the products, I did own Diet Coke too, at least 2 a day. So when I started the products and did not crave Diet Coke, did not have to reach for ibuprofen, started being regular, just all these things, it kind of happened in layers over time, but just I'd wake up with energy like before my alarm went off, and that's all because of our products, the gut health products, they get to the root cause of why our body starts screaming, why we don't sleep at night, all those things. Then I slowly added in more products. Now I do take a lot of them, but they all help me in certain ways. So anyway, I was excited to hear about this black cherry lime balance. I'm just going to read to you what our Dr. Hartman, Plexus has a medical advisory board and doctors that study everything for us, so we don't have to. He's the head of our research and development for Plexus. I'm just going to read it because I can't, like, I don't know science. He knows science. Head of research and development for Plexus recently shared with us that these two products, the two I'm talking about, the key ingredients, work in the same way as GLP-1 meds. GLP-1 is the hormone that tells you you're full. In our situation, it is stimulated by polydextrose, which is in the pink drink. So our pink drink, especially the black cherry lime hunger control, more of it, and the spirulina in there helps with it, is stimulating the GLP-1, but doing it naturally, not through a synthetic source like a shot would be, instead of altering brain signals, because it alters the brain signals is what the shot will do, which is not a good thing. This little capsule will inhibit the breakdown of carbs and sugars. Oh, the balance capsule. People are also talking about berberine and calling it nature's Ozempic. And that's in our restore drink in our reset, and it helps with cellular repair and energy. It also inhibits the breakdown of carbs and sugars. So just like white mulberry leaf, that's in the balance as well. Together, these two are powerful, and they help with digestion, focus, energy, and sleep. And obviously, they're at a much cheaper price than what's out there, and no crazy side effects. So what we're going to do as a team to support people, if you're already ordering and you want to, just add in, I'm just adding in the balance and this. I'm taking 2 of these, taking some late morning, and sometimes it's early afternoon. And then I've been drinking this mid-morning usually, or mid-afternoon. I kind of alter it. So it doesn't really matter the timing. But anyway, we're going to have a chat this week event telling more about it. And it also tells more about our other products. So if you have somebody else that wants to learn about this and also a little more about Plexus, we're going to do a 9 o'clock messenger chat. And I'll share that link in our healthy living group for you. And you can just click on it and add yourself and add whoever you want. And then our challenge when we start taking it is going to start December 6th. So it'll be for 14 days to take it together. This will last longer than 14 days, but we want to do it together and have incentives and prizes. It's going to be cash giveaways. I joined with a bunch of other jewels, and we're going to give cash because December is kind of a crazy month. So we'd like to reward people for doing this. And then we're also going to encourage everyone to do 20 minutes of movement. We were going to do walking, but then if you're from the Midwest, it's hard to walk outside now. So we thought we'd put 20 minutes of movement in there, just so that everybody is able to do that. So it's going to be fun group to be in, but if you want more information, this messenger chat will just be like 25 minutes and you just read the information. If you can't be on at 9 o'clock on Thursday, you can catch it anytime. It'll be in there. Okay. And you can put people in there. You just scroll to the top and watch it from top to bottom. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about our Shake the Sugar to be finishing. The last day will be a week from today. And next Monday, I'm excited to share. The person that's going to be sharing is Christina Campbell. And she has an amazing health story. Plus, she is working the business as well, has had a lot of success with that. And thank you for all hopping on. I didn't want to take too long tonight. So unless you have any questions, I think we will sign off. Any questions? You can unmute yourself too if you just want to ask.
Marla, are you taking them both at the same time, the balance and the black cherry lime?
Sometimes I don't know what I do, Darlene. I think I have. In the afternoon, I have for sure, but in the morning, I for some reason I want to do the balance in the afternoon because I don't eat a lot in the mornings, so I just figure I'll take it. I don't know after because I usually eat more in the duration of the day, but they said it can be mid-morning, or mid-afternoon. He did even approve that you can take 4 a day, but then you'd need 2 bottles. So I think I'm just going to do the 2 a day to try that. And I'm definitely I'm not hungry. That's what I've really noticed. So I got to make sure I eat enough. But yeah, it'll be fun because we're going to be kind of discovering as we go together and supporting each other and hopefully share our stories in December, end of December, as how it went. That's what's fun is hearing each other's stories with real people that we know. And if
Do
you
you
ever
take it with food?
the balance,
Yes, ma'am.
you should take it 30 minutes before you eat is what it's for optimal purposes. I don't always follow the rules because I take so many products and I'm so busy sometimes. But yeah, it says it on the bottle. So 30 minutes before your meal, biggest meal of the day.
For me, I find it's easiest to just take them together because you're drinking your Slim, before you're going to eat anyway. And you're probably used to drinking your Slim like half an hour to an hour before you eat. So just take it with it, I think is the easiest way to do it so you don't have to remember. But I have a little plastic container that I keep my balance in or my bio cleanse or something so I can take it with me on the go if I'm not at home.
Are you up to taking 4 a day? No,
I
2?
just take 2. Yeah. And this is the first time I just started taking it actually on the cruise. So I've only been taking it. I had never been taking the balance before, just once in a while, but now I've been consistently taking it. So
Yeah,
I heard you all had a good time on the cruise.
it was super fun. You guys should all come next time.
Yes, all of you can come to the next one. Well, you can actually earn a trip to Punta Cana right now, you guys. It's very possible if you write down 5 of your friends that would buy dirt from you and ask them, hey, do you want to try these products? They've changed my health. Whatever, just talk to you about it and invite them to one of these or invite them to an event. And if you get 5 people to join with you, and then they each pick 5, you could earn that trip really fast within 2 weeks. And really, when you think about it, your first people with Plexus are always your husband, your best friend, your sister, your mom, your aunt, your cousin. Because
I think about the first 5 people that I shared with, they all are still taking the products and not because they feel sorry for me. They're taking them because they love them and they don't want to live without them. So
that is so true. I have a lot of my first year. I think Darlene, you were my first year. It might have been 2016, but I started March of 15.
I started in 16.
Yeah, it was 16. So a little bit later, she had to watch and make sure I knew what I was talking about. Like, do I dare try this?
well, I was 2016.
Yeah, you guys weren't my first, but I didn't.
2016.
I was
Okay, you were 2016 too. Yes, Lisa was. And my very first ambassador was my Zumba person in Reynolds. She was first row to my left every week. She was my first gal and she still orders to this day. So it's about relationships. This is a relationship journey. We all have health in common and everyone is looking for something. I had somebody say the other day, she doesn't want to share because she thinks it's kind of costly and is worried about what people will think. And what I've learned is that a lot of people will look at this and go, this is cheap because they've been on something else that is a lot more expensive. So I think it gets in our own head that we think that. And I think, I look at, I don't buy Diet Coke anymore. I don't buy junk food. We're not sick anymore. All the other ways that we're saving So we're actually just shifted, you know, where I'm spending the money. I am spending money on my supplements, but I'm so grateful. I'm a 60-year-old and I don't feel like I'm 60. So it's like can't wait for the next 20 years, you know, and I hope I can still be doing this because we all have health. We all want to have good health. And this is one way you can, you know, strive to stay on top of things with a community. That's fun. And we're fun, right? Raise your hand if you're fun. Come on. Maybe not at 9:15 at night, but well, when you're 60, 9:15 at night. But bless you all for being on here tonight. I just thank you so much. And I will put the messenger chat link in the group, probably in the comments of where I streamed this. Okay. Does that make sense? So you'll be able to find it in there. And then I'll put the podcast too. Okay. And Thomas Hemingway's podcasts are really good if you want like a natural minded podcast. He is a sapphire with Plexus. His wife is a double diamond. You can rank up to diamond twice in this company. She's a former nurse. He does not have to work anymore, but they dedicate their life to, he's wrote his first book. It's really good. It was a top number one seller on Amazon for a while. I have it. I'll have to share it next week. I can share that too in the comments. It's really good. So we have a lot of great people with Plexus now that have podcasts to educate others, either on life coaching to help you with mindset. Because no matter what, to reach a goal in anything, we need to have good mindset. If we say, I don't know if this is going to work and I might do it, you know, might gives you a way out of doing something. So it is about commitment and having support. And this is support. So look forward to next Monday, seeing you all on again, and tell your friends to hop on, your customers that you have. Let them know. Raise your hand if you felt like you got a little value out of tonight. And that's what we strive for, is offering education and value. So thank you so much. And check out Kelly Hull's YouTube if you guys haven't watched that. She was on here for a while. She has great YouTube educational videos too. She's on our team. So yeah, that's all. So we'll sign off, and thanks again. Thanks, Chris. Bye.